Hi, you guys. What's going on? My name is Ryrie the Writer. Okay, in today's video, we'll be talking about the list of major films that will be delayed due to the writers and actors strike that's currently going on to this day. To this day! I mean it, for real. To this day. It has been over 100 days since the writers went on strike, and I feel so bad for the writers, like, especially out here in California. You guys have been striking during Hurricane Hillary. Man, that name is wild. Yeah, y'all been striking since Hurricane Hillary. You guys have been striking this whole entire summer during the springtime. It's been over 100 degrees. You guys have been out there. The actors have joined shortly after. We've seen the likes of what's his name, Jack Black. We've seen Aubrey, there you go, Aubrey Plaza. Some other people as well have sprinkled in. Some other like major celebrities have also joined the picket line. We've seen Rachel Zegler, which is controversial, but yeah, so there's a lot of people out there supporting this cause, and the writers and actors, they're primarily just fighting for better pay, benefits, for AI to not disrupt what they're doing, no AI interference, not necessarily I wouldn't say interference, but for their likeness not to be taken wholly for films. So they can just have that. So it's a lot of like other little things. But since these strikes have been in full swing, the actors are prohibited. They're not allowed to be on the red carpets to promote the films that they're in for this current year until the strike has been laid over, until the production companies, these major corporations, are willing to settle and to meet these actors and writers where they're at. And I don't think they're asking for too much. It's just pay. That's truly it. And just, AI, which can be a huge problem as well. So it's not really much. And I kind of looked over some other, some other blogs or forums just stating how much money these writers and actors want. They want such a minute percentage of what these corporations are amassing that you would think, hey, let me just give them this money. Like, it's not really a big deal. But there's other factors as well. I know with the economy, I know that these movies that have been out this year, they're not making the money they used to back in the day. I'll just call it what it is. A lot of these movies are flopping. Y'all notice that? A lot of these movies are underperforming. Like recently we had the Blue Beetle movie that just came out, and I probably will go take my mother to go see it tomorrow, maybe my older brother as well. Maybe three of us will have like a cute little lunch date, and we'll go see the movie because I still like Blue Beetle. I'm a huge DC fan. I'm a big nerd of Marvel and DC, but I'm a huge DC fan. I'm a nerd. So I will go see that movie. But yeah, the movie in total, I think it's only grossed. I wouldn't even say grossed, but just in the box office, it's made close to about $40 million after a weekend. And I think in that weekend it had zero competition besides the Barbie movie. And the Barbie movie has been killing the Blue Beetle. It has just been wiping it away. Even though the Barbie movie came out like weeks ago. It's almost been a month since that movie has been out. So it's kind of sad. But yeah, it's Blue Beetle flopped. Elemental did not do good as well, and I probably will do a review on that movie. I do want to watch it because I've heard good things about it. But yeah, you have Elemental that has not done well either. Then let's just look at the list. It's just so many movies. Ant-Man Quantumania was garbage. I saw the movie. I absolutely regret watching it. I did not like that movie whatsoever. Ruby Gillman movie, The Kraken, didn't do well. The Little Mermaid did okay. I would say, because I like to read articles on like money and stuff, I would say it maybe underperformed by like a little bit, but that's still not good enough. You don't create a movie to break even. You create a movie to actually make a profit, especially after all the box office splits and oversee cost just to put the movie into theaters. So it has not been a good year for films, but there are films that have been doing very well, like Barbie and Oppenheimer, and what was it? The Super Mario movie did phenomenal, made $1 billion. So there's some gems among the onions. But yeah, so I found this article. It's by Vulture. It has a list of all the movies that have been delayed, that were going to come out either this year or towards like the early beginning of 2024. So I'm going to discuss a bit of this, and just like my overall feelings with these movies. And the article for this video will be down below in the description box. So if you do want to read it, go down there. And also, if you're going to be in the description box, I am a writer, by the way. I'm an author. I write books. Let me show you one of my books. Here's one, the Little Red poetry book called Heartbreak. So if you're interested in any self-help books, any motivational books, just anything like that, quotes and poetry, my books will be listed down below. You can check them out on my website, or if you just want to buy them, they're available on Amazon, Apple, Barnes & Noble, and Kobo. Shout out Canada. So I'm just going to read the title of the article. Movies and TV shows and productions affected by SAG, the strike. All right, so here's the first movie, Challengers. The much-awaited Challengers, starring Zendaya, Mike Fast, Josh O'Connor, was supposed to hit theaters September 15th, but director Luca and Sony have decided to push its release date to April 26, 2024. In the article, it states that until he can milk Zendaya's red carpet looks without being a scab, while Zendaya might take care of her little white boys. Wow, they really put that in the article. The AMPTP surely doesn't take care of the union. Wow, that's a lot. Wow, oh my gosh. Yeah, Zendaya is one of the most prolific celebrities of our time. She's an absolute star right now. And whatever film she gets into, it's like a twofold thing. She'll be in the film. Of course, she'll draw attention, but also her red carpet looks are everything. They are the moment. Do you guys remember when Spider-Man movie came out, and she had a variety of different like dresses she was wearing for the premieres? Those dresses to date are so amazing that you cannot have a movie that Zendaya is in without looking forward to her red carpet appearance. They coincide. They're together. You have to have that. And since actors are not allowed to promote their films right now, it would do the movie The Challengers a disservice not having a Zendaya look, or Zendaya dresses, or Zendaya interviews at all. So yeah, I do not blame the director at all. I would absolutely push this movie back as well. Then The Challengers is kind of wild in itself. You have two dudes taking a bite of Zendaya's neck. Like, man, like, yeah. I know a lot of people said they had problems with the movie. Like, they didn't think like Zendaya would be the type to do that. But I'm like, have you guys seen Euphoria? I saw maybe one episode, but I'm like, yeah, she like, whatever role she will take that's going to like push the limits of her acting ability, she'll definitely like take it. So this is right up her alley. But yeah, like, not having that Zendaya look, what's the point? Like, no one's going to just watch an empty red carpet full of I can't remember what movie. I think it was the Barbie movie. They had a whole bunch of Instagrammers and social media influencers. No one wants to see that. Like, no offense to the social media influencers who were there or who got invited, but yeah, we want to see Zendaya like on the red carpet, and I would rather have the actors there than anything. Another movie that's was Minecraft. It goes, don't fear the creeper, fear corporate greed. My God. Hey, Vulture. Yeah, who wrote this? Let me look up the name. Wait, pause. Bella Arnold. She wrote this article. Wow. You need a pay raise. You are funny. Like, oh my gosh. She said, don't fear the creeper. Fear corporate greed. Wow. The Herald reported that the Minecraft movie was set to begin filming in August, but production has been suspended for the strike. The film was set to star Jason Momoa and Matt Berry. I don't know who Matt Berry is, but Jason Momoa is godly. He's so handsome. But yeah, the set release date is for April 4th, 2025. So they are pushing this movie back to April 4th. That's like a whole, basically just 2 years from now. It's kind of crazy because we're still in 2023. A Minecraft movie, why? I don't know. I truly don't know. Depending on the direction of the film, it could become like another Super Mario film, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm a little bit conflicted. A lot of these corporations, they're taking some of their most famous IPs and they're like turning them into movies. It reminds me of like Angry Birds, how they did that as well. They made an Angry Birds movie 1 and 2. I think the first one did okay. The second one was like a little bit of a drop off. But yeah, Minecraft, I'm sure there's people who would go see it. I don't know if I will, but there's that. Bad Boys 4. The Will Smith and Martin Lawrence fourth sequel is now taking over Father's Day weekend on June 14th, 2024, alongside Inside Out 2. What? Wait. Inside Out 2? They're making another one? Why? Like, I guess. I mean, that's Disney, so if they want to make another Inside Out. I saw the first one and I thought it was pretty cute. It had its moments. Yeah, I guess. Sure. Bad Boys for Life directors. I can't pronounce his name. I can, but Ball, I don't know. And writer Chris Bremer, I don't know. All return for the fourth film in the franchise. Bad Boys 4. That's crazy. I didn't even know we were at a Bad Boys 4. Did you? I truly did not know. Like, I recall there being a Bad Boys 1, and I don't really think I was alive. I don't think I was born for the first one. The second one, I don't recall. I didn't even know there was a third Bad Boys 4. Maybe I'm behind on movies, or maybe how was Bad Boys 3? What was that even about? Like, I like Will Smith, and Martin Lawrence is, he's always the man. But yeah, is this movie necessary? I don't know. Whatever. It's a franchise. There's money to be made, and Bad Boys 4 Father's Day weekend, here it comes. Kraven the Hunter. I did see the commercials for that already, and I was already excited. I will preface this. I did watch Venom 1 and 2. I had a binge weekend. Venom 1 was okay. Venom 2 was... I didn't like it. I'm not even gonna lie. I just didn't like the movie. There were some parts of it that was okay, but just... the overall movie to me was like... it was a fall off. The ending did sneak that Venom would be interacting, like, moving forward with Spider-Man, which to me... Venom should have always been interacting with Spider-Man, because Venom's origins is that, it's Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock becomes Venom after the symbiote has its time with Peter Parker, and Peter Parker sheds, the symbiote, and the symbiote gets on like Eddie Brock. So for us to have a whole Venom movie and multiple movies without ever mentioning Peter Parker, and I saw what they were doing at the end of Venom. They were trying to play around with the multiverse. Since like I guess Sony and Disney are like in cahoots with that, but yeah, they were playing around with like that plot. But I just, not having Venom in Spider-Man's world from the start, it could have been something cool. It could have done something. But yeah, so there's Venom 1 and 2. There was also Morbius. I saw Morbius. I liked Jared Leto. He's one of my he's one of my favorite actors. Like I liked him a lot in what was it? Suicide Squad. I liked him a lot in Suicide Squad. He did a great job playing the Joker, but Morbius was not a good movie. Like let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a cap. The movie was not good. I don't even know what was happening in that movie. But yeah, Kraven the Hunter, I don't know. I want to see the movie. The movie looked pretty interesting. I did do some research on Kraven the Hunter. Like I remember him from the cartoon shows, but the Kraven that we're getting here, it's similar but not the same from his original origins, which is like based off of like the Stan Lee Marvel comics with Spider-Man. So there's a little bit of difference there. But yeah, the movie is moving from October 6, 2023 to August the 30th of 2024. So it's not that bad. That just tells me the movie is completely done. They're just moving the dates, and they're probably just doing that because, you know, it's Spider-Man, it's Sony. You still need to have a red carpet experience with any Sony movie, especially for Kraven the Hunter. This is his first time actually being on film, and there's a lot of fans, including myself, a Marvel fan. I do want to see this. I'm going to be excited for it. Okay, so we have Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. After taking over the box office, which it did, Spider-Man dominated the box office. It did amazing numbers out there. Earlier this year, the second part of the animated Spider-Man film now has an unknown release date, according to Variety. The movie, led by Shameik Moore, probably saying his name wrong, I'm sorry, and Haley Steinfeld, was originally, wow, that's crazy, was originally scheduled to come out on March 29th in 2024. So that's kind of sad. The movie was set to come out next year on March the 29th. Wow, that is kind of sad. The movie did great. I saw it the night it came out, and I did a video on it. You guys can check out my rest of my other videos on this platform. But yeah, I saw the movie. The movie was great. It was a little bit bloated. There were some scenes which I just thought like could be cut a little bit just to get to the major parts of the story a little bit quicker. But overall, the movie was great until the ending. I don't care what you have to say. I do not care. The fact that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was a 2-part movie and no one knew that it was 2 parts is absurd. It's crazy. It's wild. It made me so mad because especially towards like the ending, it's like a happy mad. I'm thinking, okay, we're maybe going to get to some conclusion here. We have Miles. He's in different, like, you know, alternate universe. His friends are trying to find him. His parents might die. We have Spots. We have this and that. Then they say no, fans. We're going to break up this animated film into 2 parts. Never has been done before. We're going to give you guys this experience, and we're not going to tell you that it's 2-part. Everyone in my theater who was watching Spider-Man was yelling. People were pissed. This guy who was sitting next to me had a pair of the like Spider-Man like dunks. Upset. Mans looked like he was about to take off his shoes and throw them at the screen. I was too. I was so mad. But yeah, now we have an unknown date, so who knows when that will happen. There's a untitled Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel. Despite not having an official name, okay, the Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel starring Paul Rudd and Finn Wolfhard has been moved from December 20th, 2023. Oh, so it's coming out this year to March 29th, 2024. Interesting. Transforming from a Christmas gift to an Easter basket for moviegoers. Ooh, Ghostbusters actually would have been pretty cool coming out during the Christmas time. That would have been a bop. It moving to Easter, like Jesus' time, the Easter Bunny, it's a little bit of a stretch, but yeah, you got to do what you got to do. Because, yeah, you want your actors, you want everyone to be on the carpet. Untitled Karate Kid film. Yeah, it's moving back from June 7th, 2024 to December 13th. So it's in the same year. It's just moving from being a summer movie to a Christmassy release date. And it's that, besides that, it's unrelated to the Netflix show and has a hiatus due to the strike. Yeah, Karate Kid film. Why? I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but just why? Like, after Jaden Smith was the Karate Kid, that should have been it. Like, that's it. They're really milking these franchises. Like, how many movies have I just mentioned that are like seconds and thirds and fourths and fifths of movies that have already come out? I don't know. There's a lot of those. Dirty Dancing, nobody puts Baby in a corner, but Lionsgate has put a pin in Dirty Dancing. Lionsgate tweeted, wow, okay. So this movie date is summer 2025. It's pushed from its release date of February 9th of 2024. So this movie was going to come out in the beginning of next year. Dirty Dancing, it came out, let me see, 1987, a cult classic. I've heard of the movie. I haven't seen it. Don't get mad at me for not seeing this movie. It's just not of my time. I'm a younger millennial. I have been going back and I've been watching movies like prior to like my existence and my time. Like, I just got done seeing Moonstruck with Cher. I saw some other movies as well, but yeah, you just have to give me a minute. Like, I saw Scarface this year too during the summertime. It's like my favorite movie now. But yeah, I wasn't here. I wasn't alive. I'm just going back and I'm watching movies from like the early 80s, 90s, and early 2000s when I was like a little kid. Here's the bigger one, Dune Part 2. Okay, so it's reported that which is set to showcase millennial excellence in the form of Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, Austin Butler, awesome, and Florence Pugh, I don't know her last name, is now not coming out until March 15th, 2024. And this is the bigger movie that I actually did want to discuss, because it was supposed to be on the big screen, on November the 17th, but the dates have been moved. But yeah, so now it's coming out on March the 15th of 2024. To me, Dune 2 was going to be that movie for this year. There's been a lot of movies that have been anticipated, like the Barbie movie came out. We had the Super Mario, we had Spider-Man. I would also maybe kind of say Flash. It's just, the Flash had a lot of backlash. I'm like a rapper now. But yeah, Dune 2 was supposed to be the banger of the year. I did not see the first Dune, and my plan was to watch the first one the day Dune 2 was going to release. So I would just watch the first one in the morning, kind of dwell and sit with it. Then I would go see Dune 2 at night. Like, that was my overall plan. Because Dune 2 looked fire. Like, it looked great. Cinematography looked phenomenal. You had Zendaya in that movie as well, and this is like a Zendaya year. Also, like, her movies has just been slapping. Challengers, now we have Dune 2, but yeah, Zendaya wasn't there. You had Timothée Chalamet. He looked phenomenal, like riding that giant worm in the commercial, the advertisement they had for him. The music, the score sounded very exciting. The movie reminded me a lot of like a dystopia, like Mad Max. You have a little bit of a blend of like maybe a little bit of Hunger Games as well. Just like a lot of like gritty sci-fi, Star Trek, wars, Disney, politics, just like all that stuff combined into this film. So this film looked great. It looked like they spent a lot of money on it. But yeah, you can't have a movie without not only a Zendaya like red carpet appearance, but now you have Timothée Chalamet. Like you have to have him also on the red carpet. Because I remember for the first Dune movie, the both of them as a pair on the red carpet, cameras were stopping, people were taking pictures, people were analyzing their outfits, their clothing. Zendaya wore that really beautiful dress. It looked very futuristic. I'll show you guys a picture of it here. So yeah, it's a whole vibe, but yeah, you have to have them on the carpet. So keep pushing it back until the writer's strike and actor strike ends. Like we just have to get them on the red carpet. The Color Purple, I know that was going to be starring Halle Bailey, and this is like her second movie of this year because she was already in The Little Mermaid. She did a great job in that. The music is a bop. The music was always going to be a bop, but the music was a bop for Hailey. The movie got pushed back as well. There's a lot of anticipation for that because I know it was more based off of the Broadway Color Purple. So there have been a lot of music, so that's kind of sad because I like Halle Bailey. I would have loved to have seen her. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, the movie got pushed back, starring Jason Momoa. Yeah, I don't know. Like, DC has been struggling. Maybe this is a good thing that the movie is being pushed back. Maybe they can better pick up the pieces, because right now we're still in prime time. We should be in prime time for Blue Beetle. So there's a lot of marketing that it's kind of already too late. The damage is done. But yeah, we're still in prime time for the Blue Beetle. So maybe pushing Aquaman back, even though it's been pushed back quite a bit already. And it says right here they're undergoing 2 reshoots. Maybe that's a good thing. Because yeah, I do want the movie to succeed, but DC has been flopping a lot. Their movies have not been performing well. We have Andor. Let me see here. According to Deadline, the filming of the 2nd season of the Star Wars series will be cut short. So the movie's still going, but it's just going to be cut a little bit. Which, I don't know how I feel about that. I didn't see Andor. I heard good things about it. I am a big Star Wars fan. But the Star Wars franchise, Lucasfilm, their movies have been very lackluster. Like, I saw the Obi-Wan movie recently, like the whole like series, and I just didn't care for it. There were some good scenes to it, like the fight between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. There was that moment, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. I feel like they're beating a dead horse with the franchise. They keep going in the direction of focusing on Skywalker. They keep going back with Rey. I heard Rey is going to get her own movie as well. The Mandalorian was a bright spot in all this, but after The Mandalorian season 3, we had Lizzo in there and Jack Black. So you had major celebrities that kind of just took away from the context of the Star Wars lore. Star Wars just is not it. Like, Star Wars used to be a thing. Like, when a Star Wars movie, I don't know if you guys are like old or young, but back when I was a wee little girl, when I was a tiny little girl, like 5, 6, when a Star Wars movie came out, it was momentous. You would have lines outside the theater. You would have Star Wars cups, people dressed up as Star Wars characters. Because a Star Wars movie would only come out maybe once every 10 years, once every 5, 6 years. We did not get the exploitation of Star Wars like we're getting now. Like, there's a Star Wars film that comes out now, like, every few months. Like, I think right now is Ahsoka. Like, Andor was previous, but right now we're on Ahsoka. And I like Ahsoka. I did watch the Clone Wars, like, cartoon series, the animated series. That was incredible. But because we've gotten so many products from the Star Wars universe, I feel like this whole Star Wars just like platform, it's just been milked. It's just, there's nothing left, there's nothing exciting. And the only way I would see myself being excited for a Star Wars film is if they took a completely different spin, a completely different direction. I mentioned it before in my other videos, but I feel like Star Wars needs to remove itself away from the Skywalker like franchise, from like those themes and elements, and they need to go towards like the dark side. Or if they're gonna do like maybe a underworld, because I saw in the new video game they had that, like an underworld Star Wars theme, they should just like stick to that. But if they want to keep up with the Jedi and the Sith and the Force, go back a few hundred years, go back to the Old Republic, go back to the Knights, go back to the beginning of the Sith. Just give us something that we haven't seen before. Or if you're going to create something new, it has to be otherworldly. It has to be refreshing. You have to give us a new take. You can't take an old Star Wars idea, try to refabricate it, and give it to us again. We don't want to see any more maps. We don't want to see any more having to find the chosen ones. We don't want to see any more things with Skywalker. Like, it's over. You've killed them. Everyone's dead. Like, they're gone. Like, we have Rey. She's left. We have the Mandalorian. He's kind of there, but you know, we have Baby Yoda, Grogu. Like, it's just, it's done. It's done. Apple's Never Failed. Never heard of it. Mortal Kombat 2. There was one. I don't even know. Deadpool 3. Deadpool is going to be Disney's saving grace. Is going to save Marvel. Like, that's really it. Because out of the Disney Marvel films that have come out, like Secret Wars, didn't watch it, don't want to see it, don't really care. I've read the comics already for Secret Wars, and I already know it's not going to be that, which is fine. But I just, yeah, I don't have any interest in that. But yeah, let's see what's going on. Deadpool 3. I heard that they were going to get Hugh Jackman in as Wolverine, which is, you know, pretty cool. They were going to reintroduce Jennifer Garner as Elektra. Okay, that sounds like something. They're really pulling out these member berries here for Deadpool 3. Like a whole bunch of member berries. Like, you remember Elektra? Remember her? Remember that movie you liked that came out like almost 20 years ago? Yeah, Elektra. Hugh Jackman. Yeah, Wolverine. This man's been Wolverine for like all my life. Since I've been in elementary school, this man has been Wolverine. Yeah, so they're really doing member berries there. We have Wicket. Let me see. I know Wicket was going to have the dude who played SpongeBob, Ariana Grande. That movie has been affected. I'm excited to see Wicket. The music, incredible. Mission Impossible 8. I didn't even know we were at 8. That's crazy. So that's being pushed back. Beetlejuice 2. That's also being pushed back. Michael Keaton is going to be in it. Let me see who else. Catherine O'Hara reprising her role. Okay. Jenna Ortega. Okay. So Beetlejuice 2. Okay. There's some heavy hitters in there. I didn't see the first one, but I'll watch it. Gladiator 2? Nah. Cap. I don't know. Russell Crowe's character already died. That man been dead. What's going on? Ridley Scott's film was set for November 24th, 2024. What? So it's going to come on the end of next year? Gladiator 2? Nah. How do you even top the first one? How? I don't know. Lilo and Stitch? Why? Venom 3? I was just talking about this. Okay, so we have to wait until July the 12th of 2024. I don't know. Unless Venom's going to be interacting with Spider-Man, I'm done with Venom. I'm done. No more. But yeah, that's the end of that. Like, it's just... Okay, there's a lot of reboots. There's a lot of, like, second and third, fourth films. There's a lot of movies that were already movies like Lilo and Stitch, that was already a thing. We had a movie of it. It was already out in theaters. Gladiator 2, what story left is there to tell with Gladiator 2? How do you even top Russell Crowe and Hakeem? Like, how do you even top those characters? And they died. Gladiator 2 could be the movie. Like, it could be the thing, depending on like what direction they go into. But that's just like it's a hard reach to do a Gladiator 2 coming off of the heels of Gladiator 1. That's a hard reach. But yeah, there's a lot. Like The Color Purple as well. Dirty Dancing. Yeah, these are all like seconds and thirds of other movies that came out. There's a lot of those. But yeah, so I guess we're going to be waiting for these movies to come out to see them in theaters. So yeah, we have a lot to look forward to for next year, for March. Just depending on if the writers and actors do settle and the strike does end. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about some of these movies. Some I'm okay with, but Bad Boys 4, I don't know. In the comment section, tell me down below, how do you feel about all these reboots, second, thirds, and fourths of movies that have already come out? Majority of them have already failed and flopped in theaters, but how do you feel about these movies releases? Are there any movies you are looking forward to? Like, I'm looking forward to Dune and Kraven the Hunter. Of course, Spider-Man as well. Yeah, do you have any movies that you're looking forward to? And what are your feelings on the strike that's happening right now? So just let me know. Talk about it in the comment section. Keep the comment section nice and clean and friendly. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be coming out with another video really, really soon. They really are making, like, it's crazy. They're really making a Bad Boys 4. I didn't even know there was a 4. Bro, what is this? That's wild. Bad Boys 4. The Color Purple, I can get that, but man, they're making a Deadpool 3 is fine. Mission Impossible 8, that's wild. I don't know, the Gladiator 2 and Lilo and Stitch. That Lilo and Stitch and another movie, bruh. Stitch might look crazy. That's Disney too. The movie might look crazy. I don't even know. I don't know, bro. I really don't know if Lilo and Stitch should be made into another movie.